Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our 5th online assembly. It's Mrs. Sharp here, and it's great to have this opportunity to speak to you all again. I hope you're not too badly affected by the snow today. It's pretty heavy here in Fraserburgh, and I think there's more in forecast for tomorrow. Today's assembly is all about what we do when faced with pressure. I will be announcing the Lighthouse moment of the week, and we will be hearing from the senior executive about how the challenge they set you last week and the new challenge they've planned for this week. And I'll also help announce the winner of that. So before we go any further, just need to remind you of a few things. Just the key messages from the NHS. We all have to do our bit to make sure the virus doesn't spread. So remember, wear a face covering when in public places, avoid crowded places, clean your hands regularly, maintain 2-meter distancing when with others, and self-isolate and book a test if you think you have symptoms. But before I start this week's topic, there are another few more important announcements. Firstly, you will all be aware that the First Minister made a big announcement last Tuesday about learners returning to school. In secondary, the first group of pupils coming back will be learners in S4, 5 or 6 who have a subject or subjects on their timetable which have a practical element, and this will happen from the 22nd of February onwards. We are still waiting for further details on this from the Scottish Government, but it's likely to affect pupils who take subjects like woodwork, metalwork, art, home economics, PE, drama, music, admin, graphics, things like that. There may well be other subjects, and we'll know the full list once we get the details. We will be in contact with you and your parents and carers to tell you the days that you have to come into school. We're only allowed to have a small total number in each day, and then only a small group together in each learning space, as we all, pupils and staff, have to keep to a 2-meter distancing. So the total number of people in each classroom will be much reduced. As soon as we have the full details, as I said, we'll be in touch with you. And what I do know is that when you're in school, you need to absolutely maximise your time on your practical work and be completely focused on getting the work done. This will be your only opportunity to do this, so you have to make the most of it. All the plans that the First Minister announced for the return of pupils to school are completely dependent on the continued decrease in the number of people with the virus. And a decision is being made on this nationally on Tuesday, the 16th of February. So she did lay out her plans, but they're all going to be reviewed on the 16th of February to make sure that the numbers of people with the virus in this area are still going down. For learners in S4 to 6 who don't have subjects with a practical element, and for all learners in S1 to 3, your learning and teaching will continue online as it has done for the last month. Again, we need you all to focus on this as much as possible. Focus on all your subjects as much as you can so that when we are all back in school, we'll be able to move forward quickly. The second important message is that at the end of this week, we have our February midterm holiday, followed by 2 inset days for staff. This means there will be no online teaching on Friday the 12th, Monday the 15th, those are our holiday days, and no online teaching on Tuesday the 16th and Wednesday the 17th. During this time, your teachers will not be posting new work or be able to respond to you. Another announcement that I've got here is that the Rotary Club of Fraserburgh, along with all other Rotary clubs in the UK, offer places for one boy and one girl aged 16 or 17 from each school each year to attend a RYLA camp. RYLA stands for Rotary Young Leader Award. The camps are run in July at Abernethy Outdoor Centre in the Cairngorms, and everybody I have ever known to attend these have returned full of praise for the camp. It offers the opportunity to develop your leadership skills whilst taking part in a number of adventurous activities such as raft building, hill walking, kayaking, rock climbing, abseiling, mountain biking, and there's more than that. As I said, Fraserburgh Rotary will cover all costs for this. We have had some interest, but we are still looking for more people. So if you would like to take part in this, please contact your guidance teacher before the end of tomorrow, that's Tuesday, and you'll need to complete an application form. And if there are a lot of applicants, there will be an interview, just a short interview. So moving on. I'm going to show you 3 slides, and I wonder if you can tell me the achievements shown on the next slides. Humans can achieve amazing feats in difficult, challenging and stressful circumstances. So the first slide, I wonder if you know who this is. Well, obviously he's in somewhere, it tells you at the bottom actually, but what amazing feat did he do? Well, this is Kamarita Sherpa, who has the world record for climbing Everest 24 times. And I think that's him on Everest there on his 24th climb of it. And the next slide, most of you should get. Don't know if you can name who it is. Well, it's only one of 2 people. So it's the first landing on the moon on July the 20th, 1969. And this could be Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin. I'm not sure which one it is, but they both were able to land on the moon on that date and actually spent 3 hours walking about on the moon's surface. And the last slide, this is Dame Ellen MacArthur. She's a successful solo long-distance yachtswoman, and on the 7th of February 2005, she broke the world record for the fastest solo circumnavigation of the globe, a feat which gained her international renown. Now, the record's been broken since then, but she was the first person to do it and the first woman to do it. So, none of us, I think, have had the chance yet to climb Everest, and I think the Mormon Hill is enough for some of us some days. We haven't had the chance to sail around the world yet, or walk on the moon yet, but we all face challenges every day, and sometimes we can feel the pressure from these. Although none of us here have done any of these things, we can still identify with the situation. Working hard to complete your homework and coursework can mean that you spend time alone in your bedroom or a workspace, facing the pressure of a deadline. And challenges and stress will affect us all through life. Sometimes learning at home without that face-to-face contact with your teacher can feel like climbing Everest sometimes, but there are lots of things we can do. Some people have mastered the art of not giving up when the going gets tough. These are people who have resilience, who can keep going, can persevere, can keep on being productive in difficult circumstances. So what can we learn from them? Let's explore some tips, techniques that you can use when faced with challenge and stress. You've heard of the advice sometimes given to take a deep breath before doing something important. Well, it's true. Taking a few deep breaths when we feel overwhelmed or stressed can be a way of relaxing your body and allowing you to think more clearly. If you look on the Young Scot website, just type in Young Scot into Google, you'll find lots of easy breathing exercises, which I can tell you really do work. Learning to slow down your breathing gives you space to think more clearly and allows you to have a more balanced view. It seems like a very simple solution to any situation, but it does work. There is truth in that. Another way to cope with a challenge is to get a good idea of what it is that is stressing you and try to find out more about it. This can help us not overestimate or exaggerate the size of a challenge and help us to get a better perspective. A good way of doing this is to speak to someone. When you talk to someone you trust about what is worrying you, it can more often feel, it can feel more that it's helping you. It can give you a more positive perspective, and it can make you feel that what you've shared doesn't seem so big anymore. Talking to someone can help you see more clearly what your next steps are, even if they don't offer you advice. Just talking it through helps. So you could speak to a member of your family, your guidance teacher, or a friend. Remember the card the senior executive created? and was sent to all your registration teams. It contains a lot of different websites, organisations and apps that you might want to look at if you want to find out more about this, or if you want someone to speak to. Lastly, make sure you plan some time for looking after yourself, whether it's reading a book, playing a game, whatever you like to do. And what you eat helps. So what you eat also helps. Make sure you're eating fresh fruit and veg and have a balanced diet. Again, the Young Scot website has a huge amount of resources which are helpful, especially in the iWell section. In this, you will find a large amount of different things you can try. But thinking positively about the life challenges we face from time to time, it's important to remember that successfully overcoming a challenge or problem builds resilience in us. Remember, your brain is a very, very adaptable organ, and the more practice we have at managing and performing in a difficult situation, the better our brains become at managing it. Our self-confidence improves, and our general outlook in life can become more positive. And now over to the senior executive. As you know, our senior executive are school captain Isla Noble and two vice captains, Rachel Farker and Alex Ray MacArthur. 2 weeks ago, they set you the challenge of a school bake-off, and the challenge was to create something which was in your house colours, and boy, you did not disappoint us. What a super selection of photographs we had to choose from. So many that the senior executive decided to allow you to vote. And so, as you can see from the next slide, in first place, with her amazing blue cake in Dundar colours, we have Ailey Noble. And I think that's a surfer on top. So well done, Ailey. And if you look at the slice that's been cut there, you'll see that she's actually managed to graduate the blue down through the sponge. That's really clever. Well done, Ailey. In second place, we have the amazing daisy cake from Alex Buchan in 2K1 in Kinnaird colours there. Well done, Alex. And in third place, we have Evie Duncan's cake for Corby. It looks like a chocolate orange cake. That looks really delicious there, Evie. So well done, you three, in winning the Bake Off Challenge. You'll see from the next slide that the second challenge that the senior executive set you, which was the writing challenge, we are getting a lot of entries for that, but we realised that we need a wee bit longer to do it. So the deadline for this has been pushed on to the 19th of February after the February holiday. So if you're bored during the holiday weekend, here's something that you might want to try. And there was the voting for the Bake Off. So thank you very much to the senior executive. And now for the Lighthouse moment of the week. Again, I've had a great time looking over the examples of excellent work your teachers have posted for us to see. In fact, staff have told me that when they need a break from delivering online learning and when they need cheering up, they often go to where we post your best work and are cheered and inspired by the examples that they can see. Can I also at this point mention the effort from first year in last week's PE distance challenge? We were all delighted with the effort of S1 pupils and your engagement in the task, with your total mileage of an astounding 742.64 miles. So that's 742 miles the first years collectively walked or ran last week. And this significantly contributed to the whole school total of 2,104.5 miles, which was overall a great piece of teamwork and achievement. I have to say that first years, this week you have definitely gone the extra mile with your work, not only in PE in this walking challenge, but also in the work that I saw. So well done to all you first year pupils. You're showing the way here, and all the other year groups have a lot to learn from you in terms of the high standard of work you are producing, your engagement across the curriculum, and you really have gone that extra mile this week, so well done. I saw some thought-provoking medical ethic arguments from S3 pupils in RMPS. I really liked seeing the folded army in the library made by S1 and 2 pupils in the Learning Centre. And I saw a very scary news report and drama about a zombie attack. But the other things that really stuck out for me were a mature and well-reasoned piece on human rights from Israel Noble in 1K1 in Modern Studies, and also great work from Bronte Watt in 1C1 in Modern Studies on challenges and responsibilities for global citizens. So well done, you two first years. I saw a super example of how to summarise a topic in higher geography from Isla Francis. And well done for doing this, because that's a difficult thing to do, to be able to get on one page all the key elements of a topic, but great for revising. I saw Matas in S1 carrying out a science experiment in his kitchen and scaring his cat in the process. And Jack West, 1C1, what is it with 1C1 today? Your keepy uppy video, 2 meters 41 seconds. And not only did you keep the ball going for that length of time, I was also really impressed from a musical point of view of the very constant and regular rhythm you kept. We could almost get a song going to that. I saw colourful posters in S3 Science on the science subject that you want to study in S3. And I also saw some great work on pathogens in science from Eva Webster, Rebecca Wright, and Israel Noble again. I saw an excellent news report from Monique Lang in 2C1 in drama, very professional Monique, and from Isabella Treves 1P1 and her well put together presentation on Hinduism in RMPS. But my Lighthouse moment of the week goes to Rebecca Daniel in 1K1. Rebecca's English class were asked to create a poster, poem, or spoken piece of Scots language to celebrate Burns last week. All the work is our own, including the recitation, the illustrations, and the video. What an achievement. It's a really, really spectacular piece of work there, Rebecca. So, to finish off, have a good week. Enjoy your holiday weekend when it comes. Remember to register each morning on your registration team and try to keep to your timetable as much as possible. Remember always the phrase about away and try to be ready, respectful, and safe in all you do this week. Thank you for listening.